What up, world? It's your boy, man, Miz, the host with the most. Don't need to brag, no boast. All I do is give the toast to the real folks who done paved the way for us play to play in the real way. And yeah, I had to talk to y'all about some real shit today, man. Forget the clout chasing. Now they clout racing. It's a race for the clout. Everybody trying to be first. But it's, it's this collective effort we need to do in order to put this shit to bed because racing for clout is not going to get you nowhere but the finish line, you know, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? So let's stop racing for clout, or chasing, or racing, and start racing for change. You know what I'm saying? Because without us polishing our game, we ain't gonna get more money. We're just gonna get more nigga trinkets. But let's listen to Bogey Diamonds because he's talking some real shit right now.
Going to go to jail or they're going to kill you. Is this your only option? Or you could live your life. The same people that you trying to impress, they just gonna be like, free you. What is a hashtag? That's what you did all this for? A hashtag? You acting like a complete ass over for a hashtag? So you did all this for a hashtag. So you got to get undressed and dressed around a bunch of men every day, butt naked. You got to have somebody look in your butt every day. You got to eat for a hashtag? For a hashtag. You did all, you acted a complete ass for a hashtag. I don't care who say free you. You ain't getting out. When you dead, you dead. See, I told y'all before, when you die, many people die with you. When you die, many people die with you. So you're willing to lose your life to prove that you was tough on the internet? You're willing to lose your life or take a life to prove that you are tough? I'm confused.
Sounds like mental illness to me.
I'm confused. Listen, it's times I might have been in places. First of all, some of us have the ability to sense danger. I'm one of them guys. I've been on the other side of being an idiot when I was young, though. See, that's the thing too. When you young, you kind of don't know any better, and you know it's just a spirit, a rebellious spirit. So sometimes you just do dumb stuff, and when you become a grown man, you say that was dumb. What was I doing that for? That was stupid. I'm almost ashamed of myself. And you change and you mature and you grow up. It's so many grown little boys running around. So me, when I see, oh, he getting loud, oh, I see this dude who's very extra, like he's just very extra. I'm like, oh, here we go. Here we go. This is where I bounce. Not because I'm a coward or anything like that, because I don't want to go to jail. I don't want to get hurt. So I just, yo, I'm out. I'm out. This is the part when people say, yo, pull up. I gotta bring that thing. I don't know. I ain't coming. Why would I come somewhere where y'all can't even ensure my safety? I ain't coming. I don't drink, I don't smoke, don't care about these bros. What I'm coming in for? Is there opportunity there for me? Is there something that can better me? Oh, so we just going to just sit around each other and just reminisce on stuff? Nah, I, I'm not coming. I ain't gonna be there. Y'all can count me out. Yep. I'm on some other stuff. Yep. I'm on some other shit. Yep. Yeah, he on some other shit. Yeah, he just yo. Yep. I'm all of those things. But you know what else I am? I'm free and I'm alive. So did count me out. Count me out. I'm not gonna be there. And when I do go places, I go by myself because I know how to carry myself and I know how to have a certain energy. It's certain dudes you go out with, you know he get a little liquor in his system, y'all gonna be fighting at the end of the night. I'm not going nowhere with you. There's certain dudes that I know who are institutionalized. They have a problem with people
Real talk. Some dudes are
being in a certain
institutionalized.
proximity in them. I get it. But I can't go out with you because we're in a spot where people are in your proximity. That's what you're here for. You're either gonna stop that or you can't go with us. Period. Moving right along. Calling your man and telling your man about themselves is very important. Very, very important. Um, I don't condone certain characteristics around me from my people, from my cousins, from my homeboys. I don't condone it. Don't participate in it. Don't co-sign it. Nothing. What are you talking about? What am I talking about? What am I talking about? What am I talking about? I'm about to tell you right now. If you introduce me to your wife. This is why I learned. Let me tell you about a lesson that I learned. My crib was the studio. Everybody come to my crib because everybody's recording. Everybody's always in my house. Everybody's in there drinking, listening to music, jamming. So all my homeboys tell a girl they at the studio. Where's the studio? Where's that doghouse? So everybody's at my house. But there's a time when you're not at my house and you're telling your girl you was at the studio. Why am I covering for you? Because you want to step out on somebody that you told me was your wife. This is your wife. This ain't no side chick, no bust down, no jump up. You said this is your wife. You said this is wifey. I never called nobody that in my life. So you're using me as a scapegoat. You're telling, yo, if she call, tell her I'm asleep, drunk. No, nah. I ain't telling her nothing. I'm not answering. Because you're not going to put me in a situation where I'm a liar now. I'm not a liar. Listen, I will tell y'all one thing about me. I might be many things, but I'm not a liar. I'm not a liar. Only time you lie, it's a few occasions when you lie. You lied to impress somebody, or you lied to get out of a situation. I'm not in a situation where I'm trying to impress nobody on this damn YouTube or any of this cyber world. And I'm not in any situations to lie. So I'm not going to just sit up here in front and try to be somebody that I'm not, just lying. But
Word up.
You stepping out on your wife. This is the mind of Doggy Diamonds. You stepping out on your wife. You got children at home. Y'all live together. Y'all got a family. You stepping out on her for a scallywag. You willing to lose your family, your children, and everything for a scallywag. I'm supposed to trust you. Now, let's be real. Let's be real. This is your wife. Y'all took vows together. You ain't take no vow to me. It's no vow in the streets. Every street vow gets broken. Facts. Most of the vows in the streets are unwritten vows or certain vows that we're just supposed to know. They all get broken. And the people that we follow the most and try to emulate the most is these mafia dudes who broke everything. But that's another topic for another day. You took a vow to a woman that you produced children with, and you willing to break your vows for a side chick or a scallywag or whatever. I don't trust you. I don't trust you. I don't trust you. I can't trust you. I can't trust you. You ain't take no vow to me, bro. You ain't take no vow to me. We got unwritten vows. And all the people that I've ever felt this way about, I don't even talk to them no more. You know why? Because they all, I seen you in action. I seen you lie. Like how could you look somebody in the face and just lie? I'm confused.
Yeah.
You can look somebody in the face and then I'm supposed to follow some type of bro code and take up for you? Nah, I'm not doing that. You know why? Because I don't lie. And if I'm in a relationship with somebody, I'm going to be loyal and I'm going to be faithful. I'm not you, nigga, and you ain't going to make me you. Straight up and down. I'm not you. You ain't going to make me you. So when you start lying, and I just start seeing you is all everything is just a game. You just wake up every day and just, nah. I ain't got nothing to do with that. Leave me out of that. Shout out to Ahmed Yashua for the donation. I remember you guys, my cousin, he's always with me. I think my cousin was walking away from a situation because, you know, he just needed, you know, a little take a breather and walk away. But I remember coming out of my bedroom and seeing him laying in my living room, you know, where we live, you know, everybody get keys to the crib and all that family. And I remember seeing my cousin. I'm like, yo, what you doing here? Yo, me and her got into it. I'm like, nah, bro, you gotta go home. You gotta go home and work that out. Like, you know, thank you for walking away. Things might have got a little crazy or whatever, but ain't no running the mothers here, bro. You gotta go home. I don't need to meet in any of my homeboys. I don't need to meet for your girls, man. I don't. What are we doing that for? Because if you told me that this is your wife and your girl, then I developed a special relationship with her because I know this is the person you love the most. Now I gotta love her, and love her too. I remember one of my homies' one of my homies' wife said to me, "Why you ain't tell me he was cheating? This dude has some chick come knock on his door." And I try to tell him, yo, these dudes hide this from me. Because they know, yo, nah, come on, man. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to meet a bunch of chicks. I don't want to meet these broads. I don't want to meet these broads. That's my shorty. And listen, man, you play your little fantasy games in your little world. I'm not doing that.
Somebody else.
You know what I'm saying? I said I let first of all, hold on. Don't ever in your life call me a punk or anything. My cousin did crash, but I tell him he got to go home. Shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I'm going to make sure you can't never leave another comment on my channel. How about that? Tyler, y'all weak cowards too. Be talking too much sometimes too. Y'all be cowards talking, calling people out their name like I won't smack earth, wind, and fire out of one of y'all. I don't even play with people. I don't even call people names because there's a lot of stuff. There's just the stuff that I'm talking about. How you gonna call another grown man a punk? I don't talk to people like that. I give people respect regardless because, yo, I could call you a punk and you could pull out a gun and kill me. But on this thing, this is why I'm talking about this topic. That's why I'm talking about this topic, because you got people who come and play with people who ain't. I'm not playing.
Real spit.
I'm not playing. I don't wake up to play with nobody. That's why I leave people alone, because I'm not playing. I don't dish it out because I can't take it. Period. You have never seen me get on my platform and just bash people and just talk about people. We might talk about stuff related to the topic, but it always goes back to music. But when you get on these things and you start playing, you start calling people punks and yo, take them glasses off. I want to look at your soul. So you see my soul by me taking my glasses. I'm under these bright ass lights. I just tell people, don't watch me then. Don't watch me. Because I don't watch y'all. I don't deal with nothing that is going to bring me down. Seriously. I'm a person who overcame a lot of stuff. So when I see myself could possibly go back down these roads, I'm not going in.
Real spit.
Nah, it was hard as hell to get out. I'm not going in. Work too hard. Work too smart. And then you got these dudes, again, they want to screenshot stuff or take videos. Yeah, I just got into it with, no, you ain't get into it with me.
Real talk.
We didn't get into it. Do you know what getting into it is? When I can smell your breath. We didn't get into it. It's not getting into it. It's you trying to get a rise out of me. And I have to tell you about yourself. Remember, I get the last word because it's my platform. So you can take these videos, you can take a screenshot and go wherever you want with it. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. I don't care. You shouldn't be talking about your homie's biz to his girl in the first place. Where did I see? This is what I'm saying. Some of y'all eat paint chips. I never said that I've talked to my homie's girl about his relationship. My homie's girl tried to talk to me about their relationship, and I said I don't got nothing to do with that. I don't know what these dudes do. I don't know. I don't live with y'all. So somebody came and knocked on your door. How am I supposed to know? They know I don't all my dudes know I don't respect none of that. So I'm not going to see it. I'm not going to see it. Because I'm going to G-check my man, my cousin, my homeboy, my brother, everybody. Yo, you are wilding. Nobody's telling people they're wilding anymore. It's a free fall. It's everything goes, anything goes. And then when somebody take half of your man head off, you got him on a shirt. Talking about rest in peace.
True.
Rest in peace. They didn't live in peace. They could have lived in peace.
Talk to your man.
They didn't want no peace. They wanted all the smoke. But then when the smoke comes, then what? Then you're putting your mother through it. Your mother got to come see you. Your children got to come see you in jail or in the morgue. Your mother got to come see you in jail. Your children got to come. They can't. When they come see you on the visit, they leave. You got to go back because you was on the internet acting like an asshole. Just really think about that. You was on the internet acting like an asshole. So you don't care about nobody. You know what? You're actually selfish. Because ain't none of this AdSense, none of this AdSense stuff is worth anything. None of this AdSense stuff is worth nothing. And then at the same time, y'all, a lot of y'all ain't really getting no money like that, because what you call money, Google make, whatever. Let's just be real. But now,
all over the place, man.
You ain't no joke.
You know?
They know you gonna respond.
They racing for the clout, nah.
And I be seeing people fall for the bait. I'm like, yo, so, and I'm telling you, when I know people, and I see people attacking them, I call them. I say, yo, what are you doing? Just don't even say nothing. If it ain't you, it's somebody else. This is what these people do until somebody puts them in the dirt. What did Jay Prince Sr. say? You keep campaigning, it's only a matter of time for you to get elected. Listen, my job is to create content. That's why I say to people, I'm not no YouTuber. I'm not somebody who just goes on here and just, bash the world, or, I'm angry. I'm not. I'm chilling. I create content. I give people a voice. Somebody, man, I hope I land this interview. I told them that my platform is open for them if they want to use it. But what I'm saying is, you want to say the same thing twice? So, all right, now, deuces, because I let you slide with it before we was past that. Then you want to come back, so you want my attention that bad. I'm not into giving men my attention like that. So I'm gonna take you out your misery. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all gotta get taken in the backyard and get shot. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all gotta die. In order for us to live in peace and harmony and have a good time, some people just gotta die. It's just the truth. There's some people that's just messing it up for everybody else. There is no special classes for them no more. You remember they used to put them in special ed or do certain things for them or get them help. Some of y'all don't want help. Y'all don't want to be talking to. Y'all don't want to be talked to. Y'all just want to just keep running your mouth until somebody do something to you. So you don't like me. You got a problem with what I say. Why are you watching me? I don't watch people I don't like. I'm telling you, I don't. And I just came on here to do an impromptu live because this was on my mind. I had a good gym workout today. I thought I was 190 pounds. I really thought I was. I was feeling strong. I'm like, yo, I'm like a $190. I weighed myself the other day. I was like 182. Like, how the hell you? But I got a strict. The way I eat is very strict. The way I exercise is very strict. My discipline is on a whole different level. That's why my focus be so clear. And sometimes I just want to come on here and build with y'all because I like to talk. Talk for a living, but I'm going to talk to y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to talk to y'all. But my thing is, I never had a friend that I lost that I wanted back. I'm telling you, never. 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 You know why? Because somebody's going to hurt you. Somebody's going to kill you. And you're an idiot. And you don't listen to reason. I don't talk at people. I talk to people. Sometimes people don't have the mental capacity. You got to talk to them. Sometimes you got to talk to a grown 50-year-old man or 45-year or 40-year-old man like you talk to a child. And there's nothing wrong with that because some people don't know how to receive love. So you have to talk to them a certain way. Some people are just irrational. So you try, you attempt. Once I feel like the conversation is draining me, or you're not willing to change or grow or mature, I'm not going to talk to you no more. Just I can't do it.
Yep. Straight up.
I can't do it.
Words.
I'm not gonna be so loyal to you that I'm disloyal to myself. I did that before. Did that for like 20. Damn, I did that for a long time. So loyal to people that I'm actually being disloyal to myself. What am I doing? Nah, no more of that. I'm not going to die trying to get you to live. If you wanna, yo, man, what I told y'all before, what my grandmother said. My grandmother said, there's two places that always make room for you. In the jail and the morgue. No matter what. They'll make room for you. They'll make room for you. I ain't with it. So everybody out here who be egging these idiots on to be idiots, you're not telling them to grow up. You're part of the problem. I posed the question before. And sometimes I pose questions as like social experiments because I want to see where people is at. And I asked the question, who's worse, the clown or the audience?
Mm-hmm.
And many people were saying the clown. And it flew over people's head that the clown wouldn't exist without an audience. You ever see them people that you laugh at one of their jokes and then they won't stop now? Now they just turn into a stand-up comedian. He's like, yo, you're not funny. That was funny, but you could calm down though. You all right, you ODing now. I call it DTM, you're doing too much now. Some people are like that. Once you start egging them on, they're not gonna stop. They're gonna keep going. So sometimes you have to just say, yo, look, I'm not even gonna acknowledge this buffoonery because the minute you acknowledge them and they think they got a joke or laugh out, they're gonna just keep going. My thing is the audience. The audience, it's some people who hit me all the time and they say, yo, I can't stand this person. Yo, I want you to take them out. I want you to go at them. I want you to yo, they be talking about you. I seen them do videos talking about you. I want you to go at them. I want you to say something about them. And I always say the same thing. Well, why you watch them? What are you watching them for? Why do you watch them? You are part of the problem.
True, true.
If you don't watch them, they'll realize that the antics and the tactics are not working because nobody's watching it.
But you see Doggy Diamonds kicking that real shit, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Doggy Diamonds. But that's what I was talking about. It's clout racing. People out here doing the most for the least, you know what I'm saying? And at the same time, it's like a little slick talk, you know, messing up the game for a lot of us. We don't want it, you know. So it's like, when are we gonna learn that it takes more than just looking for clout, racing for it? Because once you get it now, you gotta chase it. You gotta keep chasing it. It's like a drug, right? So that's what y'all are up to, right? So let's cut out the senseless nonsense. I know it's making a lot of people money, but as it stands right now, you can't make too much money if you're caught up in You know, the degradation of your own people. It's like you're eventually gonna have to give it back to the dominant society. This is the cycle they have us in. Everybody thinking they're doing it big, doing the most. But they're doing the most. That's all. They ain't really doing it big. They're just doing the most. So on top of this, shit's kind of crazy in the world right now. You know? So for sure, it's gonna put people in a detrimental, depressed state, and that's what they want us in. You know. So we gotta be damn sure about what we're saying, what we're doing, because a lot can happen if we don't pay attention. You know. So let's keep in mind that we're looking for clout in all the wrong places. Because they already figured it out. This is what they want. We're gonna give them the illusion that that's what they're getting. They're getting something totally different. Like Casanova 2 times, you know? Seems to me that he was a brother doing it up. But it also looks like he was trying to get that clout. Sort of understanding that if he just grind through it and stay to himself, he didn't have to look for no gang clout. If he's really about that life that like he says he is. So it's a lot of hearsay, a lot of things to look at, you know. But once you look at it and you get it, you got it. You know what I'm saying? So let's look at this. Passing over 2 times. And his lawyer breaking down his whole indictment. I'll show y'all what I mean about clout racing. You know, just simply associating yourself with shit that could probably get you indicted. It's clout race. Because you already got the clout. You're just doing a race against time, you know? Let's look at this.
Peace, Will. It's Timbo from Info Minds. Now, we got a special episode for you guys today. We're going to try to educate the people a little bit today. So we have someone going to be able to break down a lot of the stuff that's been going on in the past couple of weeks in the hip-hop industry, in the entertainment world. Now, Mr. Hill, can you introduce yourself to the people and give us a little background about yourself?
My name is Hilton Napoleon. I'm an attorney in Miami, Florida. I've been practicing for 15 years. I specialize in criminal law and civil rights violations, both in federal and state court.
Now, on December 1st, the FBI's New York office tweeted a picture of Casanova, whose legal name is Coswell Sr. Now, Casanova was among 18 alleged members of the untouchable Guerrilla Stone Nation gang who are indicted on a range of criminal charges. Now, 2 days after the FBI's tweet, Casanova surrendered to law enforcement. Can you tell us, what is a RICO charge?
A RICO charge is where the federal government usually uses kind of like a cheat code to prosecute people who they believed are involved in organized crime. It's kind of like a catch-all, so to speak, to make it easier for the federal government to prosecute people who they might not necessarily catch in the act of committing a crime, but they believe that a person was involved in an organization that was involved in crimes. I mean, for long story short, it's what They usually charge to catch narcotics traffickers or mob bosses and things like that, or any other type of criminal organization.
Entreprendre ne se résume pas qu'à lancer les entreprises de demain, mais aussi à faire ce qu'il faut pour relancer celles d'aujourd'hui. Entreprendre maintenant, Banque nationale.
Haven't played Cross Out before? Now is the time.
Oh, hell no.
Cross Out is a free action-packed game where you craft.
Can you tell us what had they charged Cass with?
Casanova was basically charged with possession of a firearm and furtherance of drug trafficking, and he was also charged with drug trafficking. Simple possession of a firearm and furtherance of drug trafficking carries a minimum mandatory penalty of 5 years in prison. Even more importantly, that 5 years that he would have to serve is run consecutive to the underlying RICO charge. So what it basically means is, on top of whatever he gets on the RICO, he would also have to serve an additional 5 years after that if he were to go to trial and be found guilty by a jury.
Do you know if these alleged crimes that Cass is being charged with were committed recently, or do they date back for many years?
I had a chance to look at the indictment, and it appears that at least some of the crimes that some of the people involved in the RICO were committed back in 2010, and it spanned several years. As far as his particular charges, it's hard to tell because they just gave a date range. I know that one of the most recent homicides that they're charging one of the individuals involved in conspiracy happened in 2020.
Worst case scenario, how much time could Cass potentially receive?
The maximum penalty for a conspiracy RICO charge is 20 years in prison. The likely penalty, to be honest with you, is hard to say that right now.
Now, there are 17 other individuals named on the indictment. Are they all facing the same charges?
All of the individuals in the indictment are charged with RICO conspiracy, which means that they're charged with an offense that could carry up to 20 years in prison. However, some individuals involved in the conspiracy are charged with additional counts of homicide, additional counts of drug trafficking, additional counts of armed robbery. So no, everybody's not facing the exact charges except for the RICO.
Now, from the little bit of research that you were able to do you know if any of the defendants on the indictment is being accused of being the leader of the untouchable Guerrilla Stone Nation?
Generally speaking, the people who are higher up on the indictment are the ones that the feds believe are higher up in the organization. But what I mean specifically is that the indictment is numbered based on each defendant. So for example, it'll be number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way up to 18 in this particular case. People who are higher up in the organization end up closer to the top of the indictment as opposed to the bottom of the indictment.
Now, in your experience, do you think that the federal government will offer the 18 defendants a plea deal? And can you explain what a plea deal is?
In federal court, there's something more akin to what we call charge bargaining. So in federal court, the prosecutor usually doesn't offer a person 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, or anything remotely close to that. They'll offer a person to plead to a particular charge, and in exchange to pleading to that particular charge, they will drop all the other charges against them, and then they are later sentenced by what the judge determines what's appropriate. In Cass's case, he's charged with RICO conspiracy, and he's also charged with possession of a firearm and furtherance of a drug trafficking offense. The RICO conspiracy is a crime in and of itself, and possession of a firearm and furtherance of a drug trafficking offense is a crime in and of itself. So what happens sometimes is that the government will offer him to plead guilty to the RICO conspiracy case, and in exchange for pleading guilty, they will drop the possession of a firearm and furtherance of a drug trafficking offense, because the possession of a firearm and furtherance of a drug trafficking offense carries a 5-year minimum mandatory penalty in and of itself.
If you have been struggling to make money online, okay, if you've been spending thousands of dollars on program after program, guru after
Could a plea deal involve cooperation and assisting them in other cases? Because I read plea bargaining doesn't always have to include cooperation, though it often does in the federal system.
Generally speaking, what a prosecutor will tell you is that there are two types of people who are in federal custody: those who cooperated with the government and those who wish they cooperated with the government. So in a lot of federal cases, a lot of people try to cooperate with the government. So yes, many times a plea deal will involve cooperation.
If someone does cooperate, is there any way for the public to find out, or can they have their deal sealed?
It depends. If the government needs the cooperating witness to prove the crime against a particular defendant at trial, and they have to call that person to the stand, then yes, they would have to disclose who the cooperating witness is. However, if the government can establish the crime against the defendant without disclosing the cooperating witness, then sometimes they won't. It's a case-by-case basis.
If a defendant refuses a deal, are they opting to go to trial?
In a lot of cases, if a person refuses a plea deal from the government, then that means that they're going to go to trial. However, a defendant can plead guilty straight up to the court and just ask the court to sentence them without a plea deal from the prosecutor, which means that they're going to plead guilty to all the charges and then just let the judge sentence them. That usually only happens when a person has one charge against them in the entire indictment.
What is the risk and penalty of going to trial? And what are the pros and cons involved?
This is the unfortunate situation about our criminal justice system. And even though the judges are not supposed to do this, when a person goes to trial, many times the judge will sentence them higher than what they would have if they would have taken a plea deal. It's not supposed to be like that, but it is like that. As far as the pros are concerned of going to trial, obviously, if you win, you walk away as opposed to having a criminal history on your record.
How often do defendants go to trial and beat the case? What's the success rate?
Most cases in federal court do not go to trial. As Jadakiss once famously said, when the feds come and get you, that's that. Before they even arrest you, they have a mountain of evidence against you. They will investigate an organization for years, put them up on a chair, let them hang themselves, and then kick the chair from underneath them 2 years, 3 years, 4 years later. So most criminal cases in federal court do not go to trial, because federal government, before they even do that, they will have you on camera, they will have recorded telephone calls, they will have confidential informants testifying against you, and you look at that mountain of evidence and most people just get scared.
I have a challenge for all of you. Go to every computer in your house, your mom's, your dad's, your sister, your brother's computer, and install Honey. Wait, Mom, before you check out...
Now, there's been a lot of talk online recently with people saying that Casanova's interview with DJ Vlad helped get him indicted. Now, how realistic is this? Could an interview on a social media platform really have led to an indictment?
I won't say that an interview led to an indictment, but I can tell you that an interview or social media will contribute to getting you indicted. In Casanova's indictment, it says members of the enterprise promoted and celebrated in music and on social media acts involving violence, the use of firearms, and narcotics distribution. So the federal government looks at your social media. What you post will later come back and bite you in the butt. I have had several cases where people post themselves holding a firearm, even though they're a convicted felon. They'll post pictures of money. They'll post pictures of drugs, expensive cars. They use all of that against you. So, yes, social media is one of the main contributing factors, especially today for fraud crimes that they use against defendants in federal cases.
Now, as of lately in New York City, the federal government has been really cracking down. There's been several raids and several indictments of different organizations in the New York City area. The reason I'm asking you this question is this case similar to the Treyway case? Does it have any similarities or parallels?
I think it's very similar to the Treyway case. That charge or that indictment also included racketeering or RICO charges, weapons possession, conspiracy to commit murder, narcotics possession. So yes, I think that this current case with Cass is very similar to the Treyway case. I see it following the same path to a certain extent as far as the way that they're going to try to prosecute it.
Now, Mr. Hill, I just asked you about the parallels and similarities of the Treyway case and the Gorilla Stone Nation case. Now, speaking of the Treyway case, the rapper Jim Jones and Mel Murder, they were heard on the wiretap. Mel Murder was arrested and named on the indictment. Jim Jones was never arrested or named on the indictment. I don't want to specifically talk about Jim Jones. From your experience, can someone provide information or cooperate and assist the feds with the case and not be outed as an informant?
I want to make clear in the way that the question is phrased that I am not talking about Jim Jones. I have no clue as to anything regarding that nature. In a general sense, however, yes, a person can cooperate with the government without being named in an indictment or without being disclosed to the other side. So yes, that can happen, and yes, that does happen all the time.
Can you tell the people what is a Rule 35 and a 5K1, and in what situations do they apply?
A Rule 35 is used for people who are sitting in prison and giving information to the government about other individuals who are facing trial. That's the traditional way that a Rule 35 is used. A 5K1 is used and disclosed by the government at the time that a defendant is being sentenced to let the judge know that a defendant cooperated with the government and had useful information that usually led to the prosecution of other individuals or caused people who have already been prosecuted to plead guilty.
Are you born between 1966 and 2002? Hate being broke? There's a brilliant new way to earn on the side. Get some extra income by...
I just want to thank you for your time. I want to thank Joe B for connecting us. You know, coming from the inner city, in the neighborhoods, a person that goes to school and does the right thing, we call them square, we call them lame, we call them corny. You know, we glamorize criminality. What would you tell a 15, 16, 17-year-old that's thinking about getting involved with the street life?
You know, it's interesting because, like you said, I understand that dilemma. I wasn't always a lawyer who lived in Miami. I grew up in Detroit in the 1980s. I didn't look any different, talk any different, dress any different than anybody else who grew up in Detroit at that time. I was just blessed enough where my parents always taught me not to care about what other people think. I played ball, so it was a little bit different. But I understand the struggle because at the end of the day, when you come from a certain environment and that's what you see people do, you become a product of that, whether you want to be or not. It takes a really, really strong person to turn your back and not care about what other people think. When you are in the moment and you're sitting behind those jail cells, I have had so many people tell me that they're sick of it, they're done with it, it's not worth it. There are so many other avenues, especially now with social media, for people to have a platform for themselves in different ways of making money. You know, I tell people all the time, make your own future, don't let somebody else make it for you.
If someone happens to find themselves in a legal bind here in the South Florida area, where can they reach out to you?
If they just Google my name, Hilton Napoleon, attorney, it should pop up. The name of our firm is Rascal Clout, Perez and Nieto. We're in Coral Gables. My telephone number is 305-476-7100. Anybody can reach me at any time. Anything comes up, I'm more than willing to either assist you or put you in the right direction.
Shout out to that brother right there, man. He was very informative. You know what I'm saying? We need a lot of lawyers on standby, man. Everywhere we at, you know what I'm saying? Because it's getting crucial out here, you know what I'm saying? And we need to be on top of things, you know? So when it comes to these indictments and all that, you gotta understand that the feds, they've been watching. So all they do is watch. You gotta keep it real, man. You gotta operate in such a high frequency that they can't even think twice to fuck with you because they're like, yo, this guy is just operating on such a high vibration. I mean, you know, and you ain't gotta sell dope and do all that just to make money. You know what I'm saying? You could do a whole lot of different things. You know what I'm saying? There's so much ways to make money out here. And we need to get up on these things, you know what I'm saying? There's one reason why we're out certain markets. That hurts us in the long run when it comes to building generational wealth. I'm saying there's certain markets that we're just not privy to or locked out of. And that's because of white supremacy. But at the same time, we need to get upon the knowledge of about certain things are more important than this clout race out here. Thinking that we all better than each other. We ain't no better than the next man, you know what I'm saying? So from we learn that, we'll understand our overall perspective on what we need to do to become a better society, a more sane society, a more humane society. And then we can have a better understanding of how to eradicate the system of white supremacy. I like Mr. Millie Fuller's perspective on it. He said you got to guarantee that no person is mistreated, guarantee that the person that needs help the most is the most constructive help. Outline the word constructive. So that's how I feel about it. See, I already know what time it is. Your boy Matt Mizzle, and you know my slogan. Keep it real in the field. Get how they feel. Come on. Peace.